You guys won't believe what happened. I was getting ready to record this video, and this is like the light slash phone stand that I used to record at my desk. And I had the phone taking photos, and the phone just like popped out, and then this part cracked. So now one of my main tools for recording videos is broken, but don't worry, because my friend always says, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know, I got backup, we're okay, you got the light. I'm sitting cozy on the ground, and it's actually so, like, I honestly feel like I manifested this, because I literally was saying how the next couple videos, I feel like recording on the ground, and this is what it's come to. So be careful what you wish for, be careful what you say, because now I'm literally on the ground. So, I'm really excited for this video. I'm just gonna So we're gonna record and just hope that this doesn't drop again. Like, let me shine. Okay, so the reason why I'm so excited to do this video is because I turned 29. It's been almost 2 weeks already. January 18th was my birthday. Yeah, it was me celebrating the beginning of the end of my 20s, a whole decade. And wow, I've lived an amazing life. I've done a lot, I've seen a lot, had a lot of fun. And I think this was just the video to show you guys how I spent my day, but then also use it as an opportunity to share some of the lessons I've learned specifically within this decade. Starting off with my actual birthday day, actually a little bit before my day, you know, I had to kind of prep because my boyfriend was coming from New Jersey, and of course it was my birthday, so I just wanted to look my best. So about like a week before, I went to get my eyebrows done back in my hometown in Brampton, because you can get your eyebrows threaded for like super cheap. It's like $6-7 now with inflation, but way back when, you used to get your eyebrows threaded for like $5, super cheap. So I did that, and then I also went downtown with my brother and his girlfriend, and we stopped at this like Momo restaurant. It was my first time trying Momo, and Momo originates from the country of Nepal, so it's like a specific Nepal dish. And I've always heard of it, but never got to try it. So this specific restaurant had gluten-free Momo, crazy, and vegan options. So I was so happy, because I thought that, you know, they probably weren't gonna have options for me, but I was really happy that they did, and it tasted really good. I actually can't wait to go back. So that was like pre-birthday stuff. Oh yeah, and then I also went to the spa. So if you saw my Christmas vlog, I talked about wanting to go to Go Place, which is just like an indoor sauna and spa. And I've been there like maybe once or twice before, but I really wanted to go for over the holidays, just as a way to sort of just like treat myself and give back to myself for working pretty hard last year. They ended up having like a really long wait time. It was like 3 hours the time that I went with my brother's girlfriend, Paige. So we were like, you know what, we're gonna book a time more in the new year when everyone's back to work and all the kids are back to school, and try again then. So we did, and that worked out pretty well. We went the Sunday and stayed over into the Monday. Some people don't like staying there overnight, but me, I don't really care. Like, honestly, the way that they set it up, they have a room, a comfort room, where it's like really cozy and people go there and take naps or like sleep there overnight. And I just feel very comfortable. It's such a luxurious, comforting vibe and feel, and it's supposed to be technically like a 5-star spa. So yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. Can't wait to definitely go back sometime again this year, maybe later on in the year, and treat myself. But so that was sort of like the prepping into my birthday. Although the spa was supposed to be more for the holidays, it was really nice to still kind of get that experience going into my birthday week. And then yeah, my actual birthday, the Thursday, my boyfriend came the day before. We stopped and ate at like a diner, nothing crazy. I had a call later that evening, so I wanted to save up all my energy for my actual day. And I woke up that morning. I actually talk about it in my newsletter, where I shedded a couple tears. And I'll get into that when we talk about some of the lessons that I've learned over my, you know, in my 20s, that decade. But it was just a very like, it was happy tears. It was this overwhelming feeling of like, wow, like I've come so far, I've learned so much. I'm just so effing proud of the woman I've become. And yeah, it just really hit me like, wow, I'm getting old. Like, I'm almost 30 already. So anyways, but I have no regrets. I've had the most beautiful, meaningful, fun experiences ever. And I have so many people in my life that just fill it up with love and laughter and kindness. And I just think that's what everybody deserves and needs. So I'm really happy that I have that. Yeah, so it was like my birthday, and then like we had a very busy birthday weekend because my dad's birthday is 3 days after mine. So I'm the 18th, he's the 21st. And so I feel like we're always like combining birthdays or something. And that weekend always just tends to be pretty busy. So I just wanted to be super chill. I feel like my last couple birthdays, there wasn't really a lot of opportunities to have like people around or like large gatherings. So I feel like the past couple years, my birthday events have been very small, either just myself, a party of one. In my early 20s, I had a lot of birthday dinners. I've never really thrown like a large party. One time I think I had a surprise party coming back from Australia, 2018. But yeah, most of the time like my parties are pretty chill, or like I'm out of the country. So I like to take birthday trips and things like that. So yeah, I really appreciated being home here again this year and having all the people that matter to me around, my close immediate family, and then my boyfriend obviously coming to visit. So when I woke up that morning, wiped away those happy tears. I had planned to spend the day downtown shopping. Me and my boyfriend, we love Queen Street because that's like where all the thrift stores are for me, and he loves his shopping and his Urban Outfitters. That's his spot, one of his favorite stores. And you know, a lot of restaurants and cafes and stuff. So it's just a cool place to hang out during the day and like just play it by ear and just see where the day takes you. So that was our original plan. But you know what they say, when you make a plan, God laughs. So I initially had the idea to go out, spend the day downtown Toronto, Queen Street, and get a bunch of free stuff. It was gonna be like, you know, free bubble tea. I got like coupons for like a burger joint, 2 different burger joints. I can get like buy one, get one free, or like up front, just get a free burger. So I kind of already had it planned out. Sephora, my makeup, you always get like a free birthday gift every year. So I was just gonna plan a day of like just doing stuff for free, maybe even going to Denny's, getting like free breakfast. So I had the intention to spend all day downtown Toronto and then come back in the evening to be with family and just like blow out the cake and pop some non-alcoholic bubbly and just call it a night and head to my bed because I'm a grandma now. In spirit, I just like to be in my bed at certain hours now. I just get tired. But I figured that might not happen because I actually ended up getting up really late, like maybe 1 o'clock. So because I was starting the day late, I knew it was gonna end later than I initially thought. So I actually switched everything around and I had my cake and bubbly for breakfast. Like right after I had like my actual little breakfast, something small to eat. And then I had the cake, and the cake was so pretty. I told my mom that I wanted a black cake, heart-shaped, and like the cupcake pull apart. So it was like 3 things that I've never really had in a cake before in one. So it was really cool. And yeah, I just saw like a bunch of like Pinterest cakes and I was like, I just want a black cake. So it was really cute. And I had like my non-alcoholic bubbly that I bought at the store. So yeah, I popped that with everyone saying happy birthday, cool. And then me and my boo, we headed out. We ended up actually going to Yorkdale Mall instead because I kind of just wanted to show him like one of the other bigger, bougier malls I guess we have in the city. And it just so happened that there was a movie theater already attached. So I was like, well, we're already here. I'm gonna hit up Sephora, get my birthday gift, and then we're gonna watch this movie. We ended up watching The Book of Clarence, which I guess very controversial, but I liked it. Yeah, my boo, not so much. I think that was like the first movie he slept through, so I was like a little disappointed, but you know, it's all right. Then after that, we didn't really have much time to do more shopping. I thought I would still have time to like go to Queen Street, but it just so happened that by the time we were done with the movie, because it was really long, and we had an escape room booked for 7, so I didn't want to like rush anything and head down. Like there was no time in between when the movie finished and the escape room. So I was like, you know what, if anything, we'll go downtown Toronto after. So went to the escape room. It's called Escape the House. I think it's a brand new escape room that opened up. We got like some discount tickets through Groupon, and yeah, we did it. It took maybe about an hour. I think the difficulty level was medium. I haven't done an escape room in a long time, but it was super fun. It was my boyfriend's first time doing an escape room, so I thought that was really cool, getting to experience that with him, and he really enjoyed it. So I'm happy that that's something that we can probably do again in the future. And obviously, I think escape rooms are much better when you go with a lot more people, because obviously a lot more minds put together is way more helpful than just like us two knuckleheads. But I don't know, I feel like escape rooms always make me feel so stupid after. Like, literally the guy was explaining one of the ways to solve the thing in the escape room, and I was literally like, I don't want to hear anymore. Like, I was so disappointed in myself. I'm very competitive, so like it really gets to me. I'm like, how could I not have thought of that? Like, no. But that's fine. It's all just fun and games, it really is. So yeah, and then we headed back downtown Toronto to do, I think we stopped at like 1 or 2 bars. The first bar, we weren't feeling it. Then we went to another bar on King Street called Early Mercy, and I actually really liked that bar after party spot. I don't know, it was empty though, but the music was banging, and we probably stayed there for like half an hour or so, and then we just like left and I drove home. So that was my birthday day. And then that weekend, I went up to Barrie for like, I wanted to show my boyfriend my favorite vegan restaurant, The Lions. I'm gonna put them on because like, honestly, I don't care if you're from Toronto, it is worth the 45-minute, 1-hour drive up north. That place is so good. Her food is amazing. I just want to see franchises pop up all over the place. Maybe one day I will be the next franchise to it, because I'm heavily invested in this woman's store. Food is so good. It's like vegan comfort food. They have some healthy salads and stuff too, but literally you can get anything there. Pizza, supreme fries, burgers, sandwiches, bowls, milkshakes. Her milkshakes are fire, and I get like this customized strawberry banana. It's not like on the menu, but you can ask for it. And yeah, so she's been making it ever since, every time I go there. And yeah, she like fixes me up. So I love that spot. So I got to show him there. He got a milkshake, and then we stopped at the Shroomy store, because I've always wanted to go to a Shroomy store and look inside of it. Not that I had to get anything, but yeah, enough said. And then we ended off the weekend on the Sunday, my dad's birthday. We went to the Lobster Burger Bar for lunch. I had a bunch of family there. We had this amazing cake. It was like pictures of him all around the cake, and then like the number 70 at the front. And he cried. I knew he was gonna cry because it was just such a beautiful cake. Like, pictures of his mom and his dad on there, whom I never met. I never got to ever meet my grandparents, so I only know them through photos. I don't know, I think maybe seeing that and seeing his younger self, because he had pictures of like when he was 14. It was really cool. It's just really cool to remember like your parents were once your age too, and you know, damn, they lived life, man. I'm just thinking like, I'm just turning 30, like that was my dad like almost 40 years ago. So it's crazy how much life they've seen, how much knowledge and wisdom, and just, yeah, I just respect them so much. And it's just, it was really nice to see him ring in 70 years and to still be here in my life. Not many people have their parents in their life still at that age. So really blessed, really grateful. And yeah, so that was pretty much my weekend. Busy, busy, busy. You look so good.
Hey vlog.
Yeah.
Because we're on the vlog, we made it.
Turn it back on you.
Blackman.ca.
All these things.
So we're gonna take this shot. We're gonna be thankful for the new year. All the goals that you guys have, please work towards them. Amen. We're gonna achieve all of goals this year. It's only the beginning. Whenever you feel discouraged, just remind yourself what your why is. Okay? Okay.
Okay. Okay, you gotta let people put their jackets on.
So now I kind of want to just like talk about some of the lessons I've learned, because this has been such an amazing decade with me just stepping into myself as a woman, getting clear as to what I want, finding love, starting a business 3-4 years ago, and having graduated in my early 20s, getting my first job, buying my first car. I had a lot of firsts. It's been really eye-opening to just see the transformation from early 20s to where I am now. You know, obviously when you're in your early 20s, you are exploring more of yourself. There are a lot of firsts, like I said, you're experiencing things for the first time. You're not really clear or sure as to what you want. You're trying to figure out who you are. So it's just really beautiful to see that messiness in the beginning, which everyone kind of goes through, right? And then seeing yourself more to the end, more refined, more in tune, more sure of who you are, more sure of what you want. At least you would hope that, right? 10 years of all that exploration, self-exploration, self-discovery, and adventure, that you would find out more about yourself and make better decisions because of it. So I have a couple lessons. I gotta have my little laptop here because there's like so much. I cannot remember it off the top of my head. But first lesson, invest in yourself. Oh my gosh. I would not be where I am today, seeing the growth in all the areas of my life, if I did not take the time to invest in myself. And I think when people say invest in yourself, they think, you know, there's like very small levels of like self-care, just small things that you're doing daily, which is really important. But when I think of investing in yourself, I'm thinking of like those small actions that you're taking that over time expand into big results. So for me, like when I was in university, I started going to the gym more. I started being more mindful of my diet. Right now, I'm just gonna say I'm a flexitarian. I am vegan at times, you know, don't eat meat, don't eat dairy. And sometimes I try not to use that word because I know true vegans, like their main reason for not eating meat or dairy is because of animal rights abuses, and I totally understand that, but that was not my initial reason for going vegan, I guess, or eating a more plant-based diet. For me, it's primarily always been about my health, and I think as I've gotten older, it's a little bit of like animal rights too and spiritual reasons. So exploring what feels good to my body, what not only do I like to eat, what tastes good, but like what is actually good for my body. And books, doing a lot of reading. There have been so many books that I've read that have just transformed the way that I approach things in life. If it wasn't for Rich Dad Poor Dad, I talk about that book all the time because that is the book that set me up in my financial game. Like, if I did not read that book, I would have not, I wouldn't have, what's the word? Like, that was the catalyst for starting to read other financial books and going down that rabbit hole of like investing, building wealth, real estate, crypto, like everything started with that one book. And there were other books like that too, regarding spirituality, regarding creativity, regarding health. So I say reading. And reading, luckily, it's something that I've always loved, but I know some people don't like reading books, and I think a great alternative to that is audiobooks, like podcasts even, but I don't like to promote Audible or anything related to Amazon. I personally don't use Amazon, but at one point I did use Amazon, and Audible was really great. But I would highly recommend, like, find more creative ways to get information into your head, right? And to just learn, absorb as much as you can. Self-learning is the best because I feel like everything I learned in university, I don't remember, but everything that I intentionally wanted to learn about and read, all those books, I retained so much more information because I actually cared. I was interested in the information at hand. I wanted to apply that to my life and to be better. So I think I came at it from a different angle. So my education now looks so different than the education that I was forced into, if that makes sense. So never stop learning. Life, you can never stop learning. I don't care how you do it, whether it's podcasts, radio, book, having conversations with different people from different cultures, whatever it is, never stop learning. Expand your mindset, expand your life, expand your reality. Therapy is another example of investing in yourself. really knowing that you don't have to go through it alone, knowing that there are people that understand the feelings that you're feeling and helping you to dissect it all. And not only to dissect it and understand why you feel the way you do, but how you can move forward and be confident about the decisions that you're making with less anxiety, with less stress, and just more ease. So therapy has been super beneficial for me, and I think I would definitely not be here if I didn't invest that money into any of these avenues, whether it's the gym, whether it's the healthy food, the organic foods that I'm investing in, because I know it's going to be better for my body. And when people say invest in yourself, you don't have to spend a lot of money. I think people think like these big coaching programs or therapy, and investing in yourself can be very low cost, and it's just like the everyday intention of doing these small things every day that eventually compound into greater things and into greater results for yourself and your overall well-being. So definitely investing in yourself. There is no change that I would have ever been able to call into my life if I did not work on myself first, my health, my well-being. That in addition to adding positive things into my life, it also required me cutting people out. So when we're talking about investing in yourself, you're investing in the type of people that you want to be around too, right? Your social networks, the people who are in your circle, the relationships that you're fostering, all of that is so important. They all go hand in hand. So be mindful of what you're consuming. Take the time to invest in yourself, invest into the direction of the life that you want to go in, invest into the things that are going to make you a better you. Enough said. Okay. 2, I would say acceptance sets you free. And what I mean by that is that it's okay to not be happy with where you're at in life. I think so many times we feel like we have to perform for others and feel like we're happy all the time, or that life is going great and we're good when we're not really good. And I've had moments where I've really had to sit with myself and say, you know what, Morgan, like, you're not good. Stop lying to yourself. You need help with this, right? Or we need to fix this. Like, this is not healthy, what you're going through or what you're doing, or, you know, figuring out why, but also not even having to care about that just yet. Just accepting that you are not where you want to be. And I think that is the first step towards growth. Acceptance. You can't pivot in life and become a better you if you don't realize what that better you would look like and why you're not happy, what you're doing now that isn't the best you, right? So acknowledging that. I think for me, acceptance, a big thing that I experienced when it came to acceptance is recently last year, because I just got into my first relationship at 20, well, I'm 29 now, but the time that I met him, I was 28. And when it came to love, like accepting that I wasn't happy in certain situations, or accepting that I am lonely and I do want love, that was big for me. Before meeting him, I really had to, because I've always been the girl that's like, I'm independent, I don't need a man. And for the first time in my life, I literally was like, no, Morgan, like, you're unhappy. I have everything except for love. Like, my love life was always shit. And I feel like once I accepted that and started to do the work to make that better, my person's finally come. And I'm not saying that as like I need that person in order to be happy, but it was an area of my life that I knew if I found the right person would uplift me and make me more whole and have a more fulfilling and meaningful life experience. And so he's giving me that, and it took a lot of inner work to get there. But you gotta accept when you're not happy, when things need to change. You gotta get real with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to ourselves about being happy and being content with our lives when we're not. And that's the first step to growth, acceptance. 3, health is wealth. I've learned this the hard way because I always feel like I'm very ambitious. I'm very hardworking. I will grind. And it got to a point in my life where I realized grinding is not worth it if my health is going to be compromised. Because what's the point of doing all that work, burning yourself out, and you won't be here to see the fruits of your labor? So you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, what you're eating, exercising, your mental health, trying to reduce the stress in your life, the things that are causing you anxiety. Remove these stressors out of your life, set boundaries, all of these things, because if you are not here to enjoy the fruits of your labor, what is the point of you killing yourself so hard to work towards them? So there has to be a good balance, and I've definitely learned that in my life. 4, let it go. It is not worth worrying about. It is not worth harboring anger and resentment. It's not. I actually just finished reading this book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He was a famous emperorly known for his philosophy. He was a great philosopher too. And I was gifted the book for Christmas. And one of the things he talks about is anger. He had a lot of anger and people who have done him wrong. And that, oh my God. And it's crazy because the people who have done you wrong probably would never admit to doing you wrong. And I think for so long I've held so much resentment and anger toward very few people. I'm not someone that gets really angry because I'm really a very kind person. Like, I don't have much enemies. I shouldn't have much enemies because I try to live my life doing good and being fair and being kind to others. So for me to really not like someone, they really had to do me wrong. And I found it very hard to forgive people that have done me wrong because I've never done anything to them for them to do me wrong. And, you know, being young and naive too, and getting myself in certain situations that I probably shouldn't have gotten myself into, but I forgive myself for that, and I've taken accountability for that as well too. The more I held on to the resentment and anger, it only hurt me in the long term. I wasn't able to heal and move forward and to find better situations or replace those people with better people because I was so stuck on the past and wanting that closure or wanting that person to apologize, knowing that I will never get it. So at the end of the day, in the book, he talks about like people who harm you are really just harming themselves. They don't realize it, or maybe they do, but at the end of the day, if someone intentionally tries to hurt you, they're hurting themselves in the process because when you're long gone and they realize what they had, that is on them to deal with. So at the end of the day, like, not that I want people to suffer, but it's the fact that those who hurt you hurt themselves, point blank period. And there's nothing to be angry about because they cannot harm you based on emotion alone. And I am only hurt because I'm choosing to be hurt. I'm choosing to stay in that place of being hurt. And once I realize, like, I'm not hurt, that person cannot hurt me because I'm still here. I'm thriving. I'm doing amazing with my life. And if anything, they just hurt themselves because they lost a really great person. So I like to look at it that way. And I think looking at it that way has really helped me over the years to just let go and to know that only hurt people. So that person really was not happy with themselves, and then they took it out on me. And of course, and even I at some point was a perpetrator, and because I was hurt, I started hurting other people. And so I think it's like really just a cycle of people hurting people, and just to let it go, not to take things personally. Someone does something to you and it hurts you, move on, because most of the time they don't even realize that they hurt you, or if they did, then they're just really shitty and they don't deserve to be in your life, and karma will get them. So I think that's kind of what I've learned around letting it go, forgiveness. I still wrestle with it at times because I just really can't fathom how someone could be so evil, but people are. I really was so naive when I was young. I was like, nobody would just willingly just treat people like shit, but people do, and it sucks, but we gotta protect our energy, we gotta protect ourselves and practice more discernment. And I started to learn that as I got older. Then, not comparing your journey. I think especially with social media right now, everyone's looking at what everyone's doing, where they're at in life, all these, you know, people are accomplishing all these things, people making so much money, living this life of luxury, and there's always the next level, right? And I think you just gotta be grateful for where you're at, because there's, as much as there's always someone at another level above you, there's always someone at another level below you. And I think keeping that in mind, keeping perspective that also what's for somebody may not be for you, and what glitters is not always gold. I've manifested certain things in my life and got in it and realized this actually isn't what I thought it was. Like, it's not all that great, or it comes with its own downside. So don't compare yourself. I remember being young and sometimes I'm like driving in the car with my mom and this like super cool car would drive by, like a Lamborghini. And my mom would always say, like, it's a cool car, but like, you never know how somebody got it, right? Like, you never know, that person maybe killed someone to get it, and like, there's blood on their hands. And it's a bit extreme. I'm not saying that like having nice things comes at a cost, or people have done bad things to get it, because I really don't want to embody that limiting belief that having money is evil, or people that have a lot of money do evil. But sometimes that could be the case. Sometimes that is the case. You don't know what people have to sacrifice to get things. So just always be grateful for what you have. And it doesn't mean you can't work towards more things, but still be humble, be grateful for what you have now, because there's always someone that has less than you, someone that's suffering more than you, someone that wish that they were in your position. And so I always keep that in mind. Wake up every morning, first thing I say is thank you, and just be grateful. Give God thanks. 6 would be don't obsess over the why. This kind of is the same thing in the realm of being grateful and staying grateful, staying humble. A lot of the times when bad things happen to us, we wonder like, why did it have to be me? Why me? You know, certain things happen in our lives. Someone dies, we get sick, We lose a lot of money, someone hurts us, heartbreak, whatever, and it's like sometimes you're just never gonna know the reason why it happened. Sometimes you're not supposed to know, sometimes you do know, and from there you take accountability and it's a lesson learned, but not to obsess over why it happened. Like when I told you guys this broke a while ago, in the past I would have like, you know, been really stressed and annoyed, and I'm like, nah, I have to go buy a new, and I'm like, you know what, Morgan, like, rise up, like, just be resourceful, just do the video on the ground and you have another light. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And I think it's like shit will happen, things will happen in life. Obviously bigger things happen in that small situation that I'm bringing up and as an example, but like things will happen and you kind of just have to move forward. It's like, okay, yeah, that sucks, but okay, I'm gonna move through it and we're gonna resolve it. We'll figure it out as we go. So being resilient, I think, would be the word. Some people don't like using it, but I love the word resilience because no one's immune to hardship and hard things will happen. And I think it's how you respond to life's events instead of just reacting to it. So I've learned that over the years, like things will happen. It's okay, cool, we got it. And if I don't got it, I ask for help. Then 7, doing the inner work. So just repetitively, I think I've mentioned this already. If you guys watched my morning routine video, I am really big on self-care, routine, rituals, taking care of your mind, body, and soul before all else. So, you know, things that have helped me over the years to go inwards, to heal, to do that inner reflection, journaling, meditation, yoga, immersing myself in nature. I really love going for walks lately. That's been my thing the past couple of years, more like slow, intentional movement. I haven't been to the gym in a while and I've still kept, you know, good shape, at least what feels good to me. I'm relatively healthy. And I think doing that inner work has helped me to process the lessons and to move forward with not repeating them. I think a lot of the times when people keep making the same mistakes, it's because they're not doing that inner work. They're not taking the time to sit back and reflect as to why things are happening in their life. So I would say, like, try your best to do the reflection in whatever way that looks like, being present, journaling, doing some creative work, going to therapy, whatever that inner work looks like for you, whatever you think you need to do to get to the next stage, the next best version of yourself, it's time to do it. Because any change that you want to go after in life, I will sing this to the heavens and back, like, it starts within. Sometimes we gotta hold ourselves accountable. We have to stop pointing fingers at other people and blaming other people for the reason why our lives are the way that it is. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes also we allow that to happen and we need to start taking accountability for why we are where we are in our lives. And that's okay. Sometimes it's really hard to hear that, but it's time to do the work. It's time to do the work. It's time to find people that are going to support you in that work. And you will see over time how much of a difference that makes. Number 8, self-love is the best love. The way that we show up for ourselves is how other people are going to treat you. If you treat yourself like shit, people will think it's okay to treat you like shit. They will see in your demeanor when you don't set boundaries, when you allow people to walk all over you. Other people will see that and take advantage of that. So I think for me, just learning to love myself, to not accept anything less than what a basic human deserves at the minimal, you know what I mean? Like, we are all worthy, we're all deserving of good things and to be surrounded by good things and to be supported by good people. And I think when you don't think you're deserving of that, or you show that unconsciously by the way that you allow people to run your life or the way that you allow life to control you, I think that can sometimes be a reflection of how you deem yourself worthy. And I truly believe that the universe will reward you for even greater when you start treating yourself better, because you are literally telling people, you're telling spirit, energy, this is what I want, this is what I deserve. I'm not accepting anything less. What is for me will be for me, and I'm stepping into this highest version of myself. And to step to this highest version of myself, I have to find things that are going to be in alignment to that. I have to stop allowing situations that don't serve me to occur. And when you start setting boundaries in place, you will see your love for yourself grows, it expands. You will not accept anything less, because the rewards that you see by loving yourself, whew, you can't go backwards. You're gonna realize, like, why did I ever allow someone to treat me like this before? Why did I ever allow, not even people, situations, why did I allow these situations to occur? Never again, because you step into this next version of yourself that showers yourself with love and knowing that you are worthy. Number 9, ask for help. I've kind of mentioned this already with some of the past lessons, but weaving this all into everything I've said in the past into the rest of this video, ask for help. It's okay to reach out. I know for me, I've always been someone who's championed being this independent bad woman, but like, we're all baddies. You can still be a baddie and ask for help. Nobody gets far alone. You have to go together. You have to walk with other people, and it's more fun that way, and the success is more meaningful when you find community and growth. And whether that's actual community with multiple people, your peers, your friends, whether that's through therapy, whether that's through reading books, seeking out resources. You do not have to know it all. Nobody will ever know it all. Even me being a coach, I constantly still have to educate myself because I do not know everything. I will never know anything, and I try my best to not act like I have all the answers and I know everything. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned through my journey, hoping that it will help you. But at the end of the day, I would not be here if I didn't have the coaches, the therapists, the peer and family support to get me here. So definitely ask for help. It's okay. I'm still working on this because I'm someone that's always like, I don't want to bother people. I don't want to burden people. And I've come to realize like people will help you if you just ask for it. One big example, even these videos, I have a friend who has a YouTube channel as well, shout out Eunice, and a little bit last year she helped me with editing some of my vlogs, and I felt like you should be doing something else like with your time. Like, why are you helping me? But you know what? I allowed it. I said, you know what, Morgan, like there's a reason why she wants to help you, and I'm gonna receive it, and somehow in the future I will return the favor. But it's okay to have, you know, in this case I didn't really ask, but after like 1 or 2 videos I asked her to help me with a bit more, and she did. That was very hard for me because I hate feeling like I'm burdening other people or like I can't do something on my own. And it's like, no, like I said, we go farther together, and by her doing that, that has really helped me. And actually one of the videos she edited is my most viewed video, my Mexico vlog, if you want to go check that out. So ask for support, guys. We're almost done. 3 more lessons, and these ones are really gonna hit home because they are super important. So breathe. Breath work, meditation really shifted my state of consciousness. I am less impulsive. I am less reactive because I have learned to check back in more with my body. I have learned to breathe in this moment. This breath is the one thing that we cannot take for granted, because once we stop breathing, we are no longer alive. And so doing a lot of work around the breath, when I find myself to be anxious, stressed, or scared, doing certain breathing exercises that help to calm my nervous system, bring me back into the present, to remind me that I am safe, I am here, to not get caught up in the chatter and the monkey mind, which most of us do, and that we can't make great decisions when we're making decisions from a very chaotic and frightened and helpless state. So always reminding myself anything that I do to try to get myself into a very calm state, especially when it's regarding making big decisions, but even just the small nuances, the small mundane things that I do throughout my day, it all compounds, it all adds up. So from the moment that I get up, focusing on that breath, giving gratitude, and anytime that I'm out of state, out of mind, bringing myself back into center through these breathing techniques, but also just being present. That could be just going for a walk. It could be just sitting still in my room, maybe reading a book, just finding ways to be with myself, be in my body. And it is a ritual that I, at least once a day, try to curate and create so that I can remember to remain in this state of calm, remain in this state of peace and stability for as long as I can. It's not always possible to, 24/7. There's gonna be moments of chaos, or maybe not chaos, but there are gonna be moments where things show up unexpectedly throughout our day, emotions, situations, people, and we just gotta learn how to bring ourselves back into calm, bring ourselves back into balance. Everything is going to be okay. 11 is, what's your why? Oh my gosh, this is really big. I don't think any of the goals I would be able to go after them if I wasn't clear on my why. And I think the clearer I was on the woman that I wanted to be, the easier it was for me to achieve my goals, because nothing was able to distract me. When I got really clear on why I'm here, how I want to serve, what my purpose is, nobody. When I started off with the goal and the intention to start investing and to flip my money from 1K to 5K, and I did that all within a year, my first year of investing, nobody could deter me, nobody could distract me. I was focused, and my why was that I wanted to be wealthy. My why was that I wanted to have freedom. I wanted to live my life in the best way possible, whatever felt good to me. And I knew that the way to do that was through first getting my finances in order. And so once I did that, that started to have a domino effect into all the other areas of my life. Getting my mindset right so I can work on my finances helped me to also use that same mindset towards bettering my health, finding better relationships. So everything goes hand in hand. It doesn't matter where you start. I started with finances, and that's kind of why I started off as a wealth coach, right? Because that is where a lot of the transformation happened for me with getting my money right. And I wanted to help other women be able to unlock that, unlock their full potential through the avenues of money and wealth and abundance. But it can be through other areas too. And spirituality, of course, I should say that as well too, is very tied into my experience with getting better with my finances and my money. But I was really clear on my why. Through my why, I started to discover other whys and eventually really started to figure out my purpose. And I know my purpose here is to serve, to educate people to be their best selves. And whatever way that looks like, it could be me coaching, it could be through me writing a book, it could be through helping other people, other businesses, through marketing, working for companies that want to make the world a better place. Like whatever it is, I always know my why is to uplift the collective and to uplift people. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not content. I don't feel fulfilled in the work that I'm doing. So everything that I do, that has to be my north compass. And I think once you find your north compass and figure out what that is, stick with it. And everything else will fall right into place. I promise you, everything will fall right into place. The money will come, but when you focus first on what lights you up and how that light is going to light other people up, stick with it. 12, money comes and money comes, money comes and money comes. That is fire. Money comes and money comes. Although sometimes it's not the reality. I was gonna say money comes and money goes. But money can come and come if it wants, you know? Money's a flow. And I think I've sort of hacked it where wealthy people really just know how to capitalize on when the money comes. So a lot of people, money comes, we have good moments where a lot of money is coming in. Maybe we got that job that we always wanted. Maybe we got a raise. Some people are working 2-3 jobs. But I think when you have an influx of money come in, that is a key opportunity to have your money work for you before money's not there anymore, right? So sometimes that happens with people losing their jobs. We have periods where like money just isn't great. And I think when you do the work to understand how money works, when you do the work to organize your finances, understand how to budget, how to build wealth, how to have your money work for you, save, invest, pay off debt. Once you have all that information and knowledge, the next time money comes in at like, and I'm talking like a big influx of money, right? You'll know what to do with it. And I think so many times people are stuck in these cycles of poverty because when they get money, they don't know what to do with it. They waste it, or they spend it on things that are fleeting and things that aren't meaningful and that are actually going to progress them forward and have them really live a more financially free life in the long term. You know, keeping up with the Joneses, spending a lot of money on things that, like I said, are fleeting, that society says you should have, or things that you want to flaunt because we live in the age of social media and performance and comparing ourselves and wanting to feel like that it person, to feel accepted by society by having certain things. And really, you have to really know what is the long-term game when it comes to my money, because although we're not here forever, I know we want to have fun in the moment, in the short term, there has to be a balance. We don't want to be older regretting all of the financial decisions that we made and actually finding ourselves in deeper hardship because we didn't prepare for ourselves financially in our retirement age. And so it's never too early to think about your money. That is probably one of the biggest lessons. If I had known, I would have started investing earlier. I would have started investing when I was even like a teenager, when I got my first job at Tim Hortons. I remember filing my taxes and made $20,000 for the year, and I saved none of it. And when I look back, if I had just saved $5,000, if I had started investing that money, $5,000, probably by the time I started university, I would have already paid off maybe all my student tuition. But these are things that we don't know until later in hindsight. And so I think You know, always one of the biggest things that I don't regret it, because I still invested earlier on than most people ever do. Some people still never invest, but you know, starting off investing at 20, 21 was still a really young age. And thank God for my friend who put me on. If it wasn't for her, I don't know where I would be. So sometimes it just takes that one person to put you onto something. Having these discussions at such an early age, I'm so grateful, because not a lot of people have friends like that put them on, and that friend definitely was one of them. So, you know, it's never too early to start anything. It's never too early to get things right. I did not know that I would be where I am today, being a coach, having my own coaching practice, making a significant amount of money working for myself versus working for other people, but also having such great experiences working for other people, and great lessons when it comes to love and my health and spirituality and just growth overall. These are all the main lessons that I am carrying with me into my 30s as I close out this chapter, being 29, my last year in my 20s. And I would not say if I had any regrets. I had a friend ask me the other day, Morgan, like, do you regret anything? And I try really hard not to regret things, because I think everything happens for a reason. And one of her regrets was not investing early or getting her money in order early. And I was like, that's actually a really good one. I think everyone can attest to that. But I really have no regrets. I really don't. I've had such a fun life. To be honest, I really don't know how I'm still here, because I've done a lot of crazy, stupid shit, let me tell you. But I'm really blessed. I definitely have angels around, and we all do. And to know that we are loved and we are cared for by people down here below, but also someone up above, and a higher intelligent being that created us all, definitely loves us. And so just remembering that you are divinely created, you are divinely here for a reason. We all are here to serve each other in both negative and positive ways. The people that have been in my life, that have been in my life for negative reasons, I can't regret having crossed paths with them, because I would not have been able to learn the lessons that made me the amazing woman that I am today. Sitting here, creating this video and sharing it with you, and hoping that it's going to help somebody and someone in this world. So thank you. This is how I'm closing out this video, talking about my 29th birthday. And so excited for many more years to come, many more decades. I'm going to do a series on this called Things to Know in Your 20s. So this is like the overall lessons I've learned, but I'm going to just have some fun and like break it down into different chapters, different areas of my life. And yeah, just continuing to reflect, do the inner work, and grow. I'm just so happy with this evolved version of me. And thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.